What's going on today, guys? We are bringing back one of the series that we kind of popped off with for a little while, but we kind of put it on the back burner. So let's bring it back. We're looking at camp spots, and you might have figured out where just by looking at the background. Canal. We're going to Canal. Let's get started. We're going to start off with second floor radar room and server room. So here we are. We're going to start in the A site. This is a camera I haven't seen very often, but I still think is pretty useful. We're going to run over here to this corner here, and just below the light, just barely below it, we're going to toss that up there. If somebody comes around the corner, is looking in here, it's blocked by the head holes. If they're looking in here, they won't see it unless it's lit up. And again, from over here, unless somebody is peeking at them from here, it is invisible, causing them to look for targets versus rather than the camera. With this camera, you are able to see all of A site, including the default plant here. You'll also get your sound cues from within pillbox. You'll be able to see through the rotate into B. You'll see the head hole there. You get to see through these other head holes and the ones including from when people are trying to cross from Skybridge. Speaking of Skybridge, let's take a look at this next cam, which I think is pretty awesome because it gives you another peek at default, but it also gives you people coming down Skybridge. What we're gonna do is we're gonna walk over here and we're gonna get it just inside this little vent area. Toss it up there. And now you have a clear line of sight into A through these head holes. You have the default plant. You can even get some of the little tootsies down here when people are trying to play in that corner. You'll get your sound cues from in B. You'll also be able to see people entering the top of Skybridge, which is going to be very helpful. From here, if I'm just looking here, I have no idea there's a camera there. I'm walking and I'm looking through here. Even if I'm looking here, I can't see it. But guess what? I can still see me. Obviously, pings are still broken because that's way over there. But right here is where my ping was supposed to be. And I can clearly see that there's a person standing on Skybridge. Last camp position we're going to do is outside of B, and we want to be able to see into this hallway here, being up towards the top of green, also being able to see towards main and this entry where the feed holes are. So what we're going to do is you want to stand in this corner here, looking at the elbow here. You actually want to place it just underneath this vent. This will potentially give you some feed holes if they're holding this angle here. You'll also get people who are entering the doorway, walking in towards A site, people playing inside the elbow here, as well as top of green. You won't be able to see the stairs themselves, so it's up to you how you want to place this, but I think this is a cam that is pretty helpful. The downside to this cam is that it is visible from here. So once you reach top green, most likely you'll be looking here, but if you're an astute observer of your surroundings, you'll snap up and kill that. But say I jumped in this window, I see them, they can't see me. If I jump in this window, the sound cue from it, and you'll be able to start seeing them almost immediately. All right, let's move on to the next. Next up, map room and security room. All right, first place we're going to look at is actually super simple. If you are spawning in this Valkyrie and you're spawning into map room, just whip around, turn, look at the bomb chassis, throw it right on the gauge there. This will give you line of sight on the entire room aside from where this pillar is here. From here you can see into the doorway to kitchen. You can also see what's going on in projector room, and you can see the doorway into B site, also known as security. You'll also be able to see the middle landing for main stairs as well as the walkway to it. And yeah, that's pretty straightforward for this one. Next camera will be over here in B site. You want to be able to see the majority of this room. These head holes are very helpful, but you still want to be able to see what's going on in this corner because that's where most people like to plant. So what we'll do is we'll just come up and we'll give a Valkyrie cam right up in there. That'll give you sound cues into the lower Skybridge. That'll give you the main plant spot in this room. You'll be able to see the head holes into projectors, see if anybody's swinging in. And basically, this room is going to be pretty hard for people to hide in as long as they don't see this cam, which unless they're looking for it or they come in from map room, they won't see it. Even when pushing with map room, it's still kind of blinded by those red lights, but it is more visible as you approach it. If people are pushing from lower Skybridge and coming in here, like most people coming from model room, they're going to check the corners, and then they'll proceed into the room, providing you with much needed intel into security room. All right, now let's check the last camera spot for this site. We're gonna run out here into the main hallway here. We're gonna run all the way down this corridor. We're gonna go in between the two lights right here. right between the emergency lights, and that's going to give you views all the way down this map corridor hallway, all the way to the base of green stairs. You'll be able to hear people coming. You'll hear people breach the green door. You'll also be able to see if people breach museum window. You'll be able to hear museum door and start seeing people coming down through that doorway, as well as coming to the bottom of red stairs or coming up from the basement. All right, that's it for this site. Let's keep moving. Let's take a look at first floor Coast Guard meeting room and lounge. All right, here we are in the lounge. I'm gonna whip around and I'm gonna throw the first cam right up in this corner. You want to make sure that you have it kind of in the black, because then it'll blend in a little bit better. This gives you sight into the entire room except for this window over here. So if they plant in this area and are covering it from that window, you will need to reassess. But there is a window here that you can view, plus a wall that is commonly breached when playing this site. Next place we're going to go is over into A site, but just kidding. We're going to swing over here into this area here. We're going to put our cam all the way in the back corner here. Way back there, right in that spot there, because you want it to be able to see the entire room. You get a little bit of a blind spot here, but they'll easily be viewable once they swing this direction. But you'll get them as they come all the way here. Plus, you'll be able to see them as they try and enter into A site. Next place we're going to go is out of A site, down the hallway, right down to this door here, because a lot of people like to push in from the reception area towards the copier. So we're going to swing around, put our camera in this corner. Again, you want to line it up with the black so that it's harder to see. But again, most people will be looking this direction or even this direction, even from the window. I'll have their back to you, and you'll be able to give calls on people entering into the reception area and pushing through the copy room. All right, those are the 3 best cam locations I've seen on this site. Let's move on. And finally, guys, we're going to supply room and kayaks in the basement. First place we are going to put our cam in. First place we're going to put our cam in the basement is right above this exit sign. What we're going to do is we're going to put it up here, right in between these 2 lights. That'll give you all of B site, including the hatch drop and the normal plant areas. You're also going to get just inside the door. The only thing you're going to miss is a small sliver of the doorway, which they can still plant on, but you'll be able to take them out because you'll know they're there. Next spot we're going to go to is actually back out in this hallway here. I like to put mine on the actual wall here, so as high up into the corner as you can. There you go. Then run all the way back down here just to see that I'm right. I can't see that, but guess what? You can see everything. The reason we put this camera where it is because it is hidden in this corner by the darkness. It allows you to see into the doorway to scuba. It allows you to see anyone playing in this hallway at all. Plus, it'll allow you to hear sound cues from people breaching into lockers. And you might even be able to hear into scuba if you've got good enough headphones. The only downsides to this is you can't see over by the door over there. You can't see into the bathroom, and you can't see in Harry Potter. Last place is going to be right over here, close to the top of this as you can without actually connecting to the roof, because you want to be able to see into the room, still be able to see all of the room without those pipes blocking you. If you put it there, you'll be able to see the base of the window. You'll see people who, as they come down and push towards kayak, you'll see people playing the door, people hiding here, but this is a common place to hide them. So you have to remember that if there is someone in this room, if they're looking for a camera, they will be looking above the lockers and will most likely see this as they approach the lockers. And that's it for the basement of Kanal. All right, guys, that's it. Those are all of my favorite cam spots on Kanal. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you smash that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe, share with a friend, and let them know that they need to be using these cam spots to help you guys win more games. And until next time, guys, this has been your Moment with Alex. I'll see you later. Take care.